Welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to support my daily Eternal Magic offerings while getting amazing perks like the BoshNRoll Discord community, have me play your deck on the channel, or listen sideboard guides before tournaments, check out the Patreon or YouTube membership program. This channel is possible because of these amazing sponsors. Check them out, all their links are in the video description. As always, thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel for another Legacy video. Today, at the request of Patreon subscriber Rob, I am playing Boros Initiative. This is, of course, what's left of the deck that once dominated Legacy, got White Plume Adventurer banned. Now they have to play two colors to get a critical mass of things rather than be mono-white, probably for the best. And the things all cost 4 instead of 3. Seasoned Dungeoneer, 3/4 gives you the initiative when you attack. A Cleric, Rogue, Warrior, or Wizard gains protection from creatures and explorers. Caves of Chaos Adventurer, 5/3 trample, gets the initiative. When you attack, flip your top card. You can cast it this turn. If you've completed a dungeon, you can cast it for free. And appearing in this deck since the last time I played it, 4th Eorlingas as a 4/of. This card's real dumb. It's dumb in every deck, and it's dumb in this deck too. This is the 3-drop that the deck has now, which is also a 7-drop that the deck has now, and that's kind of the whole point. Getting the Monarch as the initiative deck. You could have the initiative and the Monarch. You could just have all sorts of out-of-game emblems attached to you in this deck. Burst of damage late, burst of card advantage early. Just stupid card, and works perfectly in this deck. Archon of Emeria is the hate bearer of choice. Chalice of the Void, hate piece of choice. No Blood Moons in this deck. The Anointed Peacekeepers are in the sideboard. For Solitude, this is the higher velocity removal spell that also ignores Chalice of the Void. We got Swords to Plowshares in the sideboard for matchups where we need more removal than that. But usually if you can remove one thing, you're going to win. If you have the initiative, that's all it really asks of you. And Rob's got Fable the Mirror Breaker in here as a 4-of. This is color fixing. It is something to do on 3 mana. It is card selection in a deck that has very little of that. And if you ever flip it and start copying things, the game ends basically immediately. There's not a lot of nuance to this. There doesn't need to be, because the power level is very strong. Light prison pieces, creatures that win the game on their own, or I should say spells that win the game on their own for the Eorlingas. Not technically a creature, but does make creatures as a spell. We got 12 ways to actually slam the door shut on an opponent, and a bunch of ways to slow them down and grind in the meantime. I have nothing else to say about this. It is what it is. This is Boros Initiative. Let's make it happen. 3-for-1 Trading is one of Europe's leading Magic the Gathering retailers. Their online shop has a fantastic selection of high-end Magic cards, especially for vintage, legacy, and old-school players. They now exclusively offer the BoshNRoll community free, fully insured, and fast worldwide shipping on all their high-end singles, full sets, and out-of-print sealed product. They upload new cards every Wednesday with weekly sale offers and reductions. Use my code BNR0723 to get free worldwide shipping on your first order over €341, approximately $380. Scan the QR code or go to shop.3for1trading.com. I'm on the draw in round number 1 with a hand that does not do enough. The biggest decision you get to make in this deck is the mulligan. And right now I can spend 2 cards to get a Chalice on 1, and then I have no plan to play the game after that. I'm going to send this. Okay, this is not a turn 1 Caves of Chaos Adventurer, because Chrome Mox doesn't make red in this hand. If I draw a red source, it becomes a turn 1 Caves of Chaos Adventurer. Or a red card. Red source or red card. Either one does it. I am going to keep this. And I'm going to bottom, I think, City of Traders from the hand. I would absolutely believe if an initiative expert told me that this one isn't there and go ahead, go to 5. But for now, I am keeping this. Simian Spirit Guide, Cavern of Souls, any red card, or Seasoned Dungeoneer, just give me a different thing to cast. There's a lot of ways this hand goes bonkers. Opponents on blue, they pondered, they didn't shuffle. Ancient Tomb. I think this is Ancient Tomb Go, as embarrassing as that is. Now I really want to draw Cavern of Souls. They've got another ponder. I'm also recording this on the day where anybody who wants can have a free God account on MTGO. Could be playing against anyone doing anything today. Okay, I can play Hardcast Solitude if I need to. I'm not going to run Chrome Mox into Prismatic Ending. I'm just going to be real bummed out about the state of this hand. And then I'm going to draw Cavern of Souls and win. Uh-oh, they're doing something. Narset, Parter of Veils. Okay, hate that. There's Teferi. Okay. Well, I'm definitely not playing a Chrome Mox if it doesn't put Caves of Chaos Adventure on the stack. Cavern of Souls! Jeez, deck. There's a good chance I might concede this game without ever doing anything. By G's deck, I mean, geez, Brian, why didn't you mulligan more? That's what I actually mean. Maybe on 4 or 5 you keep a hand that needs the help, but 6, I don't think we can be scared of that. There's a Teferi now. Next turn, they can start Days Undoing me in my upkeep. They still don't know what I'm doing other than that it contains Ancient Tomb. Literally, that is the only card they've seen. Cavern of Souls. Cavern of Souls. Okay, Seasoned Dungeoneer. Now I have real choice to make, but it's not that real of a choice. I'm just going to play Chrome Mox and shove my spell. Exile, touch the Spirit Realm. Do you have a Force of Will? Please try to beat this on board. I know you can't. Do you know you can't? You do know that. Force Pitching Ponder. All right. And that means Teferi can bounce my Chrome Mox for a 2-for-1. If that had resolved, it would have been pretty safe because I could touch Spirit Realm to flicker it if they tried to remove it or bounce it or anything, and I would have had a basic land to do it with, but none of those things occurred. Cycling Lorien revealed, and they plus Teferi didn't want the bounce on Chrome Mox. If I'm getting Days Undoing, that makes perfect sense. Yep, in my draw step, just heckin' dead, and I drew the red source now. Cool. Okay, I deserve that. Should have mulliganed more. I want Anointed Peacekeeper. I like that for its pseudo-meddling mage action. I don't think I want Solitude against this deck, not in those numbers, and I'm going to play it like this, and I'm going to mulligan more aggressively. This hand, turn 1 Chalice of the Void, Cavern of Souls, ready to rip, but no spells to cast. I'm going to take my own advice and mulligan here. This one, this is the same thing that I just mulliganed. I can Chalice on 1 and 2. This 4th Eorlingas is multiple mana sources away from being cast, because it is both red and white. Mulligan, take the rules. Okay, I can turn 1 4th Eorlingas. Let's see. I have to send 2 of these away. If I put back Caves of Chaos Adventure and back up Lingus, or like Paddle Plains Spirit Guide Lingus is a plan, and then I get to keep one of these other cards. Well, I'm going to hit the keep button and then send... I suppose I need the land the most to follow up if anything else is going to happen this game. Or I have a lot of mana, maybe I keep Caves of Chaos Adventure. It's all bad. If this doesn't work, I'm in trouble. All right, I'm going to bottom Lingus and Caracas. And just hope that my opponent did not keep Force of Will in their hand. Or Mindbreak Trap. 1 horse question mark, and we're fucking dead. This feels good from the side of the person who'd rather see initiative lose in general, but these mulligans are tough. Cool. I kept the Caves of Chaos Adventure instead of the land, and now I have nothing going on. And they're just hitting their land drops, not bothered at all. I don't think I can play that right now. If I find another land in between, I'm going to regret having this one in play already. Brainstorm didn't shuffle. Am I just going to get Narset Undoing before I play a single card? Well, that's not true. I played multiple cards. There's Narset. Cool. Good start. Show me the Undoing. Can we leave? Force of Will. Even better. I gotta draw a Cavern of Souls right now and hope that they don't have the other thing in their hand. Okay, well, that's a card I can play. So I will. Force Pitching Dress Down. Okay, that's gone. Do you have the Undoing? 4 mana. Yep, there it is. Cool. And Initiative Creature? I can't actually play these lands because I don't know what color I'm going to need. Narset Activation. Ponder. Ponder. They did not shuffle. That's good news for me. Discarded to hand size. That's what you like to see. I'm going to play this Fable of the Mirror Breaker that cannot actually rummage and give me any card selection because of Narset. Brainstorm in response. Yeah, watch out. I'm coming for you. Force of Will in abundance. Pitching Force of Will. We've seen 4 Force of Wills already. It's turn 6 of the game. They didn't Mystic Sanctuary there. That's a relief. Do you have another Days Undoing? Do you have a Jace the Mind Sculptor? What are we going to do here to end the game? Backup Narset. She found Dress Down. And okay, now Dress Down is up for the rest of the game, and my next initiative creature doesn't even get the initiative, even if it resolves. Ancient Tomb passed. I think I'm basically hardlocked here. If I were playing on my own, I would have conceded 3 turns ago. I'm just letting you all know that. I'm playing this out just to see if there is anything for content worth doing. They have Dress Down and Force Will in their hand. I'm off it. Over it. Yeah, when I'm on the other side of this, my opponent's always just like, turn 1 Cavern of Souls, you're dead. And on this side, I mulled a 5, and they have Force of Will, and then I'm dead. Cool. On to the next round. This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and everything else you'll see on this channel. There's multiple customizations so you can interact with your deck how you want. Views such as text, grid, or stacks, and groupings like type, subtype, color, color identity, even artist. The site offers light mode, dark mode, and so much more. However you want to see your deck, Moxfield can provide it for you. Follow my Moxfield to keep up with the channel and what I'm playing in paper. I'll see you there. I'm on the play in round number 2 with a Force Check hand. I'm going to keep this turn 1 Caves of Chaos Adventure and hope that it resolves, because I'm in trouble if it doesn't. Ancient Tomb, Lotus Petal, Caves of Chaos Adventure, we're in there. Okay, are we going to feel the other side of the world this time? I'm going to grab this Plains because I'm holding Archon. Let's party. This is where I get turn 1 by Besiege combo. I was kidding, don't do it. Cool. Chromox pitching, Cabal Ritual. Yeah, we are actually just getting comboed out here. Deterministically dead. You love to see it. Archon of Emeria would have won this game, but I didn't know my matchup. Oh, we have a non-deterministic Echo of Eons line. That's some relief, I suppose. Still in a lot of trouble here. Alright, what else? Storm is 5. Storm is 6. Pitching Orcish Bowmaster, that's wild. Oh, am I going to get Bowmastered here? Well, they pitched it, so no, but Storm is now plenty to kill me. 6 mana in the pool, with 6 more available. Fucking insane, man. Can't catch a break. I did the thing I was supposed to do. How am I supposed to know they're doing this instead of any normal deck? I had the Archon. They're ice cold. Yeah, we're just besieging for besieging, and there's enough here to tendrils. Okay, did they go high enough? Because I can Solitude my homie here. And I go to 23 life. That's interesting. Storm is 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If I Solitude Caves of Chaos Adventurer, I go to 23. Okay. Well, let's hope that they beefed it here. Alright, I'm at 1. You're at 42. Did we get him? Entomb, targeting Solitude? Oh, no. That was Entomb, not Reanimate. Okay. They have another Echo. Cool. Well, they could try to storm me out again here, and they have the fresh 7 even if they miss. This is all turn 1, by the way. Cool. Yeah, neat. Got freaking turn 1 after I tried to do the turn 1 thing, and then opponent goes for an insufficient tendrils. I cleverly avoid it and just still dead. All right, well, now I know the matchup, so they don't have a chance. I would have prioritized the Archon if I knew that's what was going on. Do I want Macabres in my deck? That's the Spirit Realm is pitchable to Chromox, but I think that's all it's really doing here. Macabre might do something where I don't think Touch will. Okay, let's go. I have a turn 1. Nope. No, I don't. I'm going to mulligan. Okay, I have a turn 1 Archon of Emeria. Get out of here. Keep my hand. I'm going to bottom, I think, 4th Eorlingas goes, because Fairy Macabre could do something. I think I want a Cavern Human. That's what all my initiative things are, right? Human Warrior, Human Barbarian, and I have white mana anyway. Cavern on Human. Okay, Archon of Emeria is on the stack. Passing the turn. Can this survive for 10 turns and win the game on its own? I guess if I Cavern on Archon, then any soul land gets me a second creature. Maybe I'm planning ahead in a way that is not conducive to victory. Chrome Mox kind of locked under my own Archon here. I don't know that I want to pitch Fairy Macabre. All right, yeah. Yeah, if I had Cavern on Archon, I would have pitched the Chrome Mox there. Oh good, they're a Saga deck too. Okay. Unpunished. Attack. And I am going to play my Chrome Mox here, because that's my spell for the turn. Exile Fairy Macabre and pass. Oh, I'm getting dismembered in the end step? Cool. And now I'm going to lose because I didn't play my Chrome Mox last turn. I can see where the decision making would be relevant here. I can complain about bad draws or bad matchups all I want, but I could have sequenced that differently. Could have named Archon on Cavern. If I do that, then I draw Plateau this turn, then I have 2 Archons in play. Then they don't win. Okay, Entombing right now. And me with my Fairy Macabre under Chrome Mox. What a disaster. This is a totally different skill set than Magic that I play. Honestly, if I ranked all types of Magic, this is the one I would least likely to register for a tournament. And it shows. Okay, they entombed a Lion's Eye Diamond. So they must be beseeching for will. And this fucking Fairy Macabre just over here under my Chrome Mox. This game and the last one, so both the games in this match were winnable with the cards that I had if I could predict the future or see into my opponent's soul, which is kind of a joke, but also planning for what might happen or what the best and worst case scenarios are, or what are my good draws, what are my bad draws, what are the number of good and bad draws. How do I sequence? Like, am I supposed to play that Chrome Mox last turn? Because if they did this exact same thing, like literally this last turn instead of this turn, and step Dismember Archon, and then try to go off, I have the Fairy Macabre in my hand. So, like, what are we doing here? What am I supposed to know this stuff? It's just kind of a crapshoot, and they are much better at crapping than I am. Speaking of crapping, they got Shouldered rather than going for a combo kill, so I did have them shook with the Fairy Macabre. But now there's a Shouldered in play that I don't think I can beat. I boarded out all my Solitudes. So I just need a bigger creature than them, faster than them. I don't know how that happens, but here's Archon of Emiria at least. I am on a very fast clock here. There's the Macabre. Got Macabres going nuts over here. Yeah, the Macabres I added last minute over Touch the Spirit Realm, which would answer the Shieldred, and then I probably win. Just so many decisions that were just like, if not this, then this. And that's what I got. Okay, I'm going to pitch this Fairy Macabre, because drawing an initiative creature is the last chance I have to do anything. I have to block Shoulder with one of these, or else I just die in my draw step. I don't have a double block, because Shoulder has 4 on the butt. A block here. Another Saga. And Dauthi Voidwalker, okay. They pivoted into full creature mode, and now I can't win no matter what I draw. Cool. Alright. The cards were there. This match was winnable with the cards that I drew in the order that I drew them. It was just about predicting these intangibles that maybe an initiative expert would have led on Archon game 1 just in case. I don't want to get results oriented in my thinking and just think that because it would have been better, then it is better. Like maybe that's just a 90-10 thing and I caught the 10. Or maybe it is correct to just turtle up first. I don't know. On to the next round. Hopefully this will get better. For the absolute best Magic the Gathering apparel on the market, check out the link in the video description to coalesceapparel.shop, and be sure to use the code BoshNRoll for 10% off when you check out. On the draw for round 3 here, I have a turn 1 Fable of the Mirror Breaker, or turn 1 4th Eorlingas, and a Mana Source gets me Caves of Chaos Adventure. I'm going to keep. Mox Diamond. Usually a good sign that my spells are going to resolve. There's Exploration, Yavimaya, Rishadan Port. Okay. Life from the Loam, targeting Boseiju. Cool. Okay. I would really like an Ancient Tomb or Lotus Petal or Spirit Guide here, but I can Lingus them, and that's probably what I need to do here. With Boseiju in their hand, I don't think the Fable is where I want to go with my life. Okay. Claim the monarchy, and then hope that it's good. Cavern of Souls. Okay, we hit a land. We're moving in the right direction. Dredged Loam, found another port. Loam picked up all their stuff. And they are doing the thing here. They are fully functioning as a lands deck in every way that they'd like to. We're going to port my mountain. That happens. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. I'm going to Cavern on Human. You know, they have 2 ports, and they have plenty of mana to do everything they want to do. They just found an Urza Saga, which will brick my knight and take the initiative next turn. It's falling apart quickly here. They can tap both my lands while costing themselves nothing at all. I have Solitude and white cards to pitch. That can try to absorb some of this damage or protect the monarchy a little longer. And discard Chalice of the Void to hand size. That card doesn't matter here. I'm probably not going to cast a normal spell again for this game. And Loam just found Maze of Ith. We see Sphere of Resistance in their graveyard. Tapping my mountain, tapping my cavern. Spirit Guide. Okay, I lose from here. And I'm completely under the thumb of what they're doing. Completely non-functional. I like Magus. I think I like Anointed Peacekeeper. I don't think I like Chalice. Solitude is pretty reasonable versus Merit Lage. Very Macabre can mess up their loams. I don't think I have room to mess around with that kind of stuff on the play. I just want to get them dead. Okay, let's go. Turn 1, Fable of the Mirror Breaker. They've shown me Boseiju in their deck, but I kind of like the selection and the treasures, just everything that Fable does, basically. I like the text on Fable, is what I'm saying. I wish I had a follow-up locked and ready to go, but the loot is going to be pretty nice. And they can't just, like, wasteland my land out from under me here. Alright, come on, Magus of the Moon. Shadow Spear's in play now. Let's find a Magus. Spirit Guide. Yes, use the ability. Discard City of Traders and one of the caverns. Archon. Not the worst thing I've ever seen. 1, 2. Okay, I can cast Archon and Fable this turn. Nice. Attack you. Get the treasure. Exile Spirit Guide first, because I have to do it that way. Play the Fable. And then 1, 2, white, Archon of Emeria. Their lands come in tap now, so the Saga's not getting paid. Unless they just have basic forest in their hand. Thespian Stage tapped. That's good news. And Saga tapped. Okay. We might get over the hump on this one. It will depend on if Fable gives me some more action here. I get Draw Step, I get Fable, Loot. I'm going to discard both of my cards. Give me spells. Those are not spells. I guess Chrommock's technically a spell. Attack with my stuff. Bang, bang, bang. And when I pass without doing anything, it will be very clear that I have nothing. I can Splinter Twin them next turn. Like turn after next, in their next end step. I can dump all my mana into copying Fable with Fable. And that might get around the big Shadow Spirit creature by then. Of course, if they just make Merit Lage right now, that's a bigger problem for me. Yeah, they're not even making a construct. I'm in trouble. Expedition map with 1 floating. Mapping. There's the depths. If they have basic forest, they can make depths right now. Jeez. Well, can't catch a break today. I felt like this went well, but last turn I needed something to happen, and instead nothing happened. Alright, I can chump with Archon of Emeria, and then Splinter Twin them in the end step. Because that's what I have to do. If I attack with my Goblin Shamans, I get 2 extra treasures, and I push 2 damage through. Oh, they have Shadow Spear in play. I'm just so dead here. Yeah, they're going to gain 20 life, and trample over my Archon. Yeah, this doesn't even matter, I'm dead. I had a winning line lined up, except this random Shadow Spear that was just in their opening hand. Didn't even tutor for that. It's just here. I guess what I have to do now is copy Archon of America, but that's still only 6 toughness. I made exactly the wrong life total for that to even matter. Maybe they won't see the Shadow Spear line. That's all I can hope for. I'd tutor something stupid. And then pass the turn. Mox Diamond. Alright, Shadow Spear gives +1 also. It's even worse than I thought. Well, they cast Loam, but they still have exactly enough to Shadow Spear. Please do anything else. Okay, alright, I'm done. I'm out. You did it. On to the next round.
You come here to level up at Magic. To level up as a software engineer, check out the new YouTube series Dev Better, hosted by the founder of 7-Factor Software and Magic player, Jeremy Duvall. 7-Factor's small teams of high-performing engineers build custom mobile apps, APIs, and highly scalable systems for Fortune 500 companies and ambitious startups with great ideas. If you'd like to hire 7-Factor, or maybe join their team, contact them through their website at 7factor.io. And don't forget to subscribe to 7-Factor's YouTube for every episode of Dev Better.
I'm on the draw for round 4. I'm going to mulligan this hand that casts Chalice of the Void off of City of Traders, then doesn't do anything for the rest of the game. Okay, cool. This is at least a turn 1 Fable that can set up a turn 2 Dungeoneer. I'm going to keep. And I guess I bottom touch the Spirit Realm. Yeah, Solitude has the highest upside here, I think. Oh good, it's the mirror match, and we're going to lose it. Archon of Emeria. Well, City of Traders. I think I still need to commit the Fable, because that's the thing that does anything moving forward. And I did draw the white card for Solitude. Everything that I said I wanted to do has lined up here correctly. We'll see what their payoff is. Oh, a volcanic island. It's not the mirror. Is this just show and tell? If they show and tell, I'm putting in Archon, because that bricks Omniscience, and I can still answer a creature with Solitude if I need to. Sneak attack. Cool. That one beats me. Chrome Mox. I will be looting that away. And only that. Chalice of the Void, too late to the party. Attack with my stuff. And I think I actually just have to keep this Dungeoneer in my hand for Solitude. Because that can answer Emrakul. It's a bad answer to Grizzlebrand, but I mean, it's not nothing. Okay, please be Emrakul. Cool. The beginning of combat, Solitude, exiling Seasoned Dungeoneer. You gain 15 life. But I'm not dead. Okay, now I need to deal 31 damage to them before they do anything. Before they draw any card. But they could have sneak attacked again last turn. That's not a spell. That is worth noting. They don't have a monster right now. And they can't cantrip looking for one. Oh, we're rug sneak attack. Interesting. Reflection wakes up now. That's not a card I'm going to play. I am going to copy my Goblin before attacks. Just get extra treasures, extra mana here. 4th Eorlingas is a big draw. That puts a lot of damage to play very quickly. Okay, you're back to your starting life total. Continue not drawing any cards, please. Another sneak attack. That's fine. That is fine. An initiative creature. They are in the deck. Your 1 card in hand probably isn't Force and blue card. I dare say. Seasoned Dungeoneer's in. Okay, let's go, let's go. Can I win a game? Is it possible? I'm going to play my Plains and copy Seasoned Dungeoneer before combat. That gives me a hasty one. And I'm going to forge onto Archon of Emeria. And let's battle. The Seasoned Dungeoneer is awkwardly... The first one's going to stuff the second one because it's an ability from a creature, so I actually only get to do this once. I don't have enough creature types to do it twice. Right, Ancient Tomb ended up in my hand. And, well, they're dead on board. Please don't draw a creature right now. Though I don't actually lose to Emrakul. I have plenty of permanents to sacrifice. Yeah, we did it. We won a game. Holy smokes. Containment Priest and Anointed Peacekeeper look good to me. But then so does every other card in the deck. Touch the Spirit Realm. Exile target artifact or creature. This does not hit Omniscience, but it is a good thing to put in off of Show and Tell. Do I just not play Chalice of the Void? They can go over the top. I mean, shutting off their cantrips matters, but I think killing them dead matters too. Solitude is a good thing to put in off of a Show and Tell. Maybe it's a Fable. And I will try this. I do not have a turn 1 Archon. Or do I? No, not unless I draw a white card. If I draw a white card, I have a turn 1 Archon. If I draw a red card, I have a turn 1 Caves of Chaos Adventure. Alright, I'm going to keep. They're starting with a Ponder. I would love to draw 4th Eorlingas, something that goes under Chrome Mox and casts both my spells. That would be great. Lotus Petal. They just remembered they saw Archon of Emeria last game. Oh, okay. This is a Caves of Chaos Adventurer, if I'm willing to delete Archon. I could also... No, I can't play Archon. To play Archon, I would lose Caves of Chaos Adventurer forever. To play either one, I lose the other one forever. This is one of those decisions I was talking about that a expert initiative gamer would probably make easily, but I don't know what's going on right now. I could also just put Caracas into play and pass the turn. That stops most of the legends, and if they show and tell, I can put in Archon, and then I beat Omniscience as well. Or at least I slow down Omniscience. Okay, they're pumping the brakes, I'm pumping the brakes. Everyone's brakes are pumped. I'm pumped, everyone's pumped. Ancient Tomb, Chrome Mox. I'm going to exile Spirit Guide to Chrome Mox and play this Fable. I'm taking it slow. I just feel like if I attack out for anything last turn, I lose. Cycling Lorien revealed. Played the Valk they searched for. Here's Show and Tell. I'm going to put in Archon. Atraxa is annoying, but I can bounce her. Kozilek's Return, gross. It does not kill the creatures it needs to. They can't Brazen Borrow this turn because they're done playing cards. There's a lot of scary stuff in there, though. The Fury's scary, the Kozilek's Return's scary. If they Fury, killing Archon of Emeria, and then Show and Tell Omniscience, then I lose. What a setup. Okay, they took Sneak Attack over Omniscience, and they took Fury over Brazen Borrower. Okay. That's the pile. End of turn, bounce Atraxa. I will do as much as I can here. They have to clean up. Got him. Card disadvantage Caracas. My best draw is probably another Archon of Emeria. That way their sweepers don't beat me. Also, you can't pitch Kozilek's Return to Fury because it's colorless. That's probably why they kept Sneak Attack. Discarded Show and Tell to hand size. Okay. Fable. I will be looting away some of these cards. Definitely Chrome Mox. And do I need City of Traders? No. Hey, backup Archon. Are things starting to go my way? Could our hero face redemption? Stay tuned. Attack you for your damages, and then Cavern on Archon. Okay, this keeps them squeezed. Fury doesn't break them out of my Archon anymore. Fury would be their one spell for the turn. If they pitch Sneak Attack, they also just discarded a Show and Tell to hand size, then they're out of enablers that I'm aware of. Obviously, they have cards in their hand I don't know, but I do know a lot of their hand. Here's a Show and Tell. I'm going to put in Caves of Chaos Adventurer. They can put in Sneak Attack off the Show and Tell, and then activate it, putting in Fury. Oh, okay, okay, I see the line now. Okay. Do I want to introduce the initiative to a game where they can shove Fury into play? They can't kill both my creatures, if that's the plan. And then Fury goes away. Alright, let's get initiated. Alright, but they can put in Fury and Atraxa, but I can answer Atraxa with Caracas. I don't know, this is getting dicey. I'll get a Plains because I have the Chrome Mox on red in here. Their known cards do not beat me here. And they've already played a spell, and their lands enter tapped. But if they... No, I have two Archons. Okay, so even if they sneak in a Fury, kill the untapped Archon, the tapped one's still chilling. Blade Scalding Tarn tapped. I like that. They could use Fury as an end step thing or as a combat trick. I don't think that's a good use of the Fury. Though if they can't get over the finish line now, and Atraxa digs for more creatures, though, you should probably just put Atraxa in. Okay. Not interested. Let's go to my turn. I go into the dungeon hole. I can put additional stats on Archon of Emeria, which then dies to Fury, but then Fury's gone. Or I could Lost Well looking for Containment Priest. I don't think output of damage is my gate here. I think being able to answer their shit is my gate, and I just put a Solitude on top. That rules. Okay, draw for turn. Fable flips. Plains comes into play. And then I can... Or they can put Atraxa in twice here if I Caracas it. That's really scary. They also gain 1,000,000 life. And maybe I just have to wait. Wow, I hate this. Sneak Attack's a good permanent. Did you know? And I can't play this other Fable because I need Solitude. If they sneak Atraxa in the end step, they have a full grip and a bunch of red mana going into their turn. And Atraxa doesn't go away immediately. Sneak Attack activation has occurred. Here's Atraxa. There's a Force of Will and a blue card and an Emrakul among the cards that they have. Yeah, if they just activate Sneak Attack, put in Emrakul, don't play a spell, hold up Force, I'm in trouble. The chat log says they chose Lotus Petal, Mountain, Emrakul, and Sneak Attack. Does that mean they declined an instant entirely? And a sorcery? Or they don't have to pick a sorcery because there only was one? Did they decline the Force of Will? That would be weird if true. Sneak Attack activation. Here's this. Starting with Fury. If they put like 1 damage on all my X3s and then Kozilek's return, that's a really smart way to solve this problem. Nope, just killing X2s all over the place. Sure. Those are gone. Sneak Attack activation. Oh, you have 2 Furies. Okay. Yeah, whatever. I was barely hanging on against the first one. Okay, killing my Caves of Chaos Adventurer. Lotus Petal. Oh, that's your spell for the turn. Interesting. This just got slicey. I am going to be able to keep the initiative here and not get annihilated. They're at 25 life with Atraxa still in their hand. Okay, beginning of combat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Solitude. I know this resolves because you've cast your spell already. Take out the Emrakul. And then I can let Atraxa get into combat. And bounce her now. Because you can't come back in. And then I block, and I still have the initiative. But I am still under Atraxa plus Sneak Attack action. Okay. I don't feel good about this game. I guess I go into the stash from here. A mountain. Okay. Here's a mountain and a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Maybe I don't play mountain because I want the loot. They have another end step, Atraxa refill. Omniscience, Force of Will, Archon of Cruelty. Okay. Archon of Cruelty will do it. You did it. Wow. That game was really weird, but effective. And having Emrakul in against their show and tells is really funny, but I don't even think that's the best thing I can put in. Containment Priest or Anointed Peacekeeper both make that game a lot more interesting. And they were in the deck, I just didn't have them. Okay, let's go. Game 3. Can I win a match? Is it possible? I have a turn 1 Archon, or I can... I'm going to turn 1 Archon. Yeah, keep. I have turn 1 Archon and turn 2 Archon, and then Dungeoneer whenever I get around to it. Okay, that just resolved, unmolested. But we've seen Fury, so we know they can just clear this thing and then cast more spells if they ever want to do that. It'll be nice to have 2. If I draw a Spirit Guide, I'm going to go for Dungeoneer, but otherwise I have to just play my other Archon. Fortunate that they had a basic island ready to go. Sheesh. Everyone has my number today. Okay, backup Archon. Now Fury doesn't clear my board. And I have the uncounterable Dungeoneer next turn. An Ancient Tomb would come into play tapped. A Lotus Petal would be their spell for the turn. I can't get Show and Telled here. Yeah, I love tap Scalding Tarn pass. That's good vibes. Another Dungeoneer. Cavernon Human. I don't think this matters pre or post combat, but I'm excited to cast my spell, so I'm going to do that. I don't think my opponent can do anything either way. So they would have to fetch basic land, play basic land from hand, cast Show and Tell, and then also win through 2 seasoned Dungeoneers. Fetching in the upkeep, getting rid of those Brainstorm cards, basic land confirmed. They do have the basic. Oh, Vesuvian Drifter. All right. Maybe don't have a busted creature at random here. They didn't reveal. That doesn't mean they don't have one. Just means they didn't reveal. I am going to forge onto one of my Archon of Emerias so it can beat the Drifter in combat. Oh, sick. That's a good one. Interesting. I'm going to play my Plateau and then move to combat and see if they reveal anything. They did not. Okay. Archon get in. Dungeoneer get in. I don't want... I guess Touch the Spirit Realm can answer the Drifter. I don't want to let them chump block. So I'm going to attack with everything, even though they have a nice clean block there. Simian Spirit Guide into the graveyard, yes. 4/8. Yeah, and by attacking with Archon, they can't chump block by winning the... Or not winning, but you don't win in Explorer, but I feel like I did. Okay. Now I go into the trap and put them to 0 life. Trap. Take 5. We did it. We won a match. Holy smokes. On to the final round.
The Command Tower software by Eminence Gaming is perfect for hosting TCG events.
It features easy to create event registration for 1v1 and 4-player Swiss structured tournaments. Event management has never been so simple, and it's web-based, so there's no download required. Get access for just $5 at eminence.event/subscribe. I'm on the draw in the final round. I have turn 1 Chalice or Archon. If I Chalice, I have Solitude. And if I Chalice, I have turn 2 Uncounterable Caves of Chaos Adventure. I'm going to keep this hand. My plan right now, being agnostic of the matchup and not knowing what it is to Chalice on 1 and then Caves of Chaos Adventure on 2. But we'll see what my opponent shows me and if my information needs to change. Mox Diamond strategy. Okay. Discarding Tabernacle. Oh good, we get to play against lands again. Well, this might change things because... Oh, I'll just turn 1 the guy. Alright, Chrome Mox. Exiling... I think it's Solitude. Yeah, Archon could just be good and do other things in this matchup where I don't think Solitude... Solitude only stops Merit Lage, which is noble work, but still, I need to slow them down until they die. Especially if this Tabernacle loops back around. And I could Chalice on 0, which turns off Mox Diamonds, but I have a bunch of 0s in my deck, and I'd rather turn off 1s if I can get anything out of it. Oh, they scooped it up. Okay. They can't catch up to that. Magus of the Moon comes in, and I don't think I want Chalice of the Voids. And I think I do want Anointed Peacekeeper. Oh, I grabbed the wrong card. I grabbed a Fairy Macabre when I wanted Peacekeepers. And I can shave a Solitude here, and no, it was Storm where my hand was full of Macabres. Alright, yeah, I think this is enough for lands. I'm gonna go with it. This hand doesn't do anything, I'm gonna mulligan it. This one does cast spells. Definitely cast Archon, might cast Caves of Chaos Adventurer. I think I'm gonna keep this and bottom... Ooh, bottoming the backup Chrome Mox means I might not have mana to cast my 4. But the deck's full of mana. And if I'm gonna pitch a white card and have an answer to Merit Lage, I can't put any of the spells to the bottom. Okay, Chrome Mox is gone. Sheltered Thicket pass. Oh no, Chalice of the Void on 0. They got me with my own weapon. Come on, land. Uh-oh. Well, I'm in trouble. Do I even play the City of Traders, or do I just pass and hope that anything occurs ever? Yeah, like, if I play the City, I just lose it to Wasteland. Maybe I have... Alright, well, I've already passed priority. It's too late now, but if maybe I have to play it, because now I'm on 2 turns before I ever play a 3-drop, and we're back in that predicting how the game's gonna go space, where I think I predicted wrong. Crop rotation for Ancient Tomb. What are we doing with that? Valakut Exploration. Okay. Some old tech, but it's gonna work here. Spirit Guide? Alright, I'm gonna play City, and hope that they don't come up with a Wasteland right now. A Forest, trigger, Ancient Tomb. Yeah, that can't come into play because they don't have an Exploration. Alright, deck. How about something to do here? Hey, Spirit Guide. I'll take it. Exile that. Play Fable. This is actually great because it gets rid of all these shitters in my hand, and it advances my mana without using my lands. Maze of Ith, that's fine. Oh, did they just hit Exploration? Yeah, they did. Okay. Exploration. Dark Depths. Hit. Mulch. Wow, okay. They're that kind of lands deck. And they're going to cast the Mulch and put 4 lands in their hand, including Wasteland, but they've already made 2 land drops this turn. Okay, this is my 1 turn to put something into play. I get my Fable Loots, I get my Treasure. Yes, use Fable the Mirror Breaker, get rid of Chrome Mox, and probably the second Caves of Chaos Adventure. And that's never going to happen. Okay, get rid of those. Cool. I can do stuff. I'm going to attack and make a treasure. They're going to send it back. That's fine. Second main. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Caves of Chaos Adventurer. Tutor the Plains, because my hand is full of white effects. And I'm not going to cast this Lotus Petal because it would be countered. They get at least 3 cards under Valakut Exploration this turn, because they have Fetch Land and they have other lands. Windswept Heath hits Thespian Stage instantaneously. Okay, well, if they play stage, that's their 2 lands for the turn. Please don't hit another exploration here. Crop rotation, jeez. They can't catch a break. Run continues here. I guess Plains plus Treasure is still Channel Spirit Realm. And they played Wasteland from hand. Okay. So they are not focused on this Merit Lage right now. Unless their plan is to crop rotate into it, which is a reasonable plan. Okay. They got Tabernacle. Okay, so all my shit's dead. They are not even thinking about Merit Lage because they don't need to because I already lose. I understand. I get it. I do have the initiative. Does that matter? And I guess, of course it does. All right, they just put Thespian Stage into the graveyard. And I'm going to go into the Lost Well. Ancient Tomb, Archon. Archon to the bottom. I'll take the Ancient Tomb. My creatures die. I cannot pay for them. That was the plan. Draw for turn. Fable flips. That's embarrassing. Because now that's a creature I have to pay for. Here's my planes. Pass the turn. Well, I'm not dead, actually. And Stash makes a treasure next turn. So I got stuff to do. I need them to get a little too rowdy on their Merit Lage. Look at this. They just put Thespian Stage immediately. I didn't know Valakut Exploration was Demonic Tutor. I would put that in more decks if that's how it worked for normal people. They moved to their end step, and then I guess suddenly realized that crop rotation was under Valakut Exploration. So now they're going to have an exploration trigger at a time when they can't cast sorceries that they might hit. The Sphere of Resistance came into play at some point. I didn't even see that happen. Okay, Chalice of the Void. Glad it's the end step. This Field of the Dead is certainly going to mess up my initiative, though. I will venture into the Undercity. I would like to go into the stash. Make a treasure. Guess I have to pay for this. Yep, pay for that. Because now they can attack and take the initiative. Ooh, Caracas solves my Merit Lage problems all at once. But then they just won't even go for it. Yeah, I guess them not going for it's not that bad. Or they still have a crop rotation in their hand and a Beseiju. I hope they use Beseiju. Okay. Floating, bouncing a legend. I get a mountain out here. I think that's better than Plateau. And there is nothing to be done with that mana in the middle of my combat step. Oh, right, this crop rotation was seen off on Mulch. That's in the graveyard. They don't actually have that. Okay, making moves over there. I'm going to make them pay for their zombie before they know they don't have a Merit Lage. They don't have to pay for Merit Lage if they don't want to. They can, but it's not going to die. They did not pay for Merit Lage. Good call. They did pay for their zombie token. Backup depths. Exploration trigger, Field of the Dead trigger. It's Sphere of Resistance. And my Spooky Skeleton is not going to keep up with this Field of the Dead action. I should probably just concede before they see more information. Sphere of Resistance is in. Yeah, I'm just going to concede. I can't actually cast any spells or do anything, even though I can answer the Merit Lage. But I will lose quickly from there. Okay, same deck going in. I'm on the play this time. I know they have Chalices in their deck in multiples. And I need a turn 1 that really delivers. Because I might not get a meaningful turn 2. I would like to go first. And this hand doesn't do anything. I'm going to mulligan it. This hand doesn't do anything on turn 1. Which is what I need here. Mulligan. Jeez, really? Yeah, this hand also doesn't do anything. I'm going to 4. This is insane. Okay. I guess, there's not a 3-card hand that I'd be happy with. This Ancient Tomb, Spirit Guide, Magus of the Moon. I guess that's it. That's the whole thing. So I guess I keep this. I bottom one of the Linguses. Oh, this is absolutely heinous. Couldn't string together an Ancient Tomb and a Chrome Mox in any hand. Looking at 28 cards. Perfect. I think I want the Lingus under the Chrome Mox. Do I just bottom every... I think I keep Fable and bottom Cavern and just hope to draw a mana source. I think it's more likely to draw a mana source than an action spell that costs exactly 3. I'm so fucked here. Opponent kept 6. Yavimaya, Exploration, Field of the Dead. Okay, deck. Mana source for Fable. Or another 3-drop, that's cool. If I had chosen the other way, once again, if I could see the future, I would be playing the game a little better right now, but I'm not capable of doing that. And opponent has Valakut Exploration running again right away. And they just played Boseiju as land. Okay, Lotus Petal. Fable's got to be better here than Peacekeeper. This is the Goblin making more mana is the thing holding me back right now. I guess Besiegeing Chromux doesn't make sense, so playing Boseiju as land makes perfect sense when you have Valakut Exploration and Field of the Dead going. Crucible of Worlds. Wow. Yep. Couldn't beat that anyway. And now they get to Mulch, which is just like Demonic Tutor for whatever land they want with Crucible. Basic Forest in play now. Even spiking YOLO Magus doesn't get me out of here right away. Mindbreak Trap in the graveyard. Exploration in the graveyard. Misty and Thespian Stage in hand. Stage just flipped a Sphere, which they cannot cast here. Alright, I need a banger right now. Like, I will take the Magus of the Moon. Spirit Guide. I think I just have to discard both of these. I'm on YOLO Spike for Magus mode, because Peacekeeper doesn't do anything. Yeah, alright. Magus. Found a Solitude that actually can cast, but that doesn't beat Field of the Dead, which is my problem right now. Second Valakut Exploration, that's good, because I could beat the first one. Flipped Ghost Quarter and Tabernacle. Alright, I can't win this game. I'm out. Even just like the 3 zombies they're going to make this turn are going to be better than the best draw in my deck. Okay. That was a tough league. I know some builds of this deck are on Swords of Plasters in the main and they don't even bother with Chalice anymore. I feel like I've played against a lot of main deck Anointed Peacekeeper. Maybe that's in the Fable slot, or I guess there's some other deck building stuff. Definitely round 1, I could have mulliganed game 1 better. And then round 2 was deeply, I don't want to say infuriating. I don't even necessarily mean frustrating, but it is an interesting study, that Storm matchup, where we had all of the cards to win the 2 games if we knew what was going to happen, which, and you've all seen me play blue decks where over time I'm able to deduce what my opponent could have based on how they've played the game. But when it's turn 1 on the play and your opponent hasn't done anything yet, and game 1, just deciding which permanent to play, this is a wild adventure. And the mechanism of using your mulligan to decide what your game plan is going to be, rather than keeping 7s and letting Ponder and Brainstorm decide what your hand's going to be, I don't know if that's a life I could ever live. Just that final round where we're on the play against lands with deck full of whatever we want to do, it's going to work. And just malt to 4 without ever finding a spell to cast. Maybe that's a bad beat. Maybe that's a sign of a deck that I'm not suited to play. I don't know. Either way, I'm glad I got this out of my system. Rob, thank you for asking me to play Boros Initiative. Now I absolutely will not be tempted to even consider this for Eternal Weekend. Like, oh, should I juke? Should I do something different? Nope, I'm going to have Ponder in my deck. And if you want higher skill version of this, I imagine that with all the same cards, with the same list, Phil Gallagher probably would have won more than one match this league. But he's doing stuff I'm not. He understands things I don't. I did my best, and hopefully everyone can learn from my misery in this experience. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time.